I had my last sip of alcohol over 100 days ago, and I don't think I'm going back anytime soon. And if you've ever considered quitting, but you're a bit hesitant to do so, well, that's okay, because today I want to share with you some things that I've learned over these past 100 days that I wish I knew before I tried quitting, because it would have helped me get over some of those fears that I was feeling about quitting, and hopefully it'll help you do the same. And the first thing that you need to learn to do is to set a date. Set a date. You see, whenever I used to say that I was taking a break from alcohol, I would be hungover as balls on my couch, and I'd roll over and say to my roommate or something, "Man, I think I'm gonna stop drinking for a while." And then I'd be drinking like the next week. It's happened a million fucking times. You see, our brains, they don't do very well with uncertainty. They kind of just want something comfortable to latch onto at all times. And so when you say something like, "Oh, I'm quitting," or "I'm quitting for a while," you're totally messing up your brain. Like, what does that mean? Quitting for a while could mean 3 days. That could mean 5 years. You're giving your brain literally nothing to latch onto. So it's all messed up, you know what I mean? And so when the opportunity to drink presents itself, your brain is now going like,
okay, has it been long enough since we last, has it been a while? Should we drink? Should we not drink?
it doesn't know what to do. And so more likely than not, what's gonna happen, and what happened to me, is that I would just resort to drinking because it's comfortable. It's what I've always done. See, but this time when I did, can you come here? Thank you. You see, but as I was saying, this time when I did it, I didn't say that I was quitting for a while. No. What I said was very specific. I said that I was quitting until April 16th, 2024. I set a very, very specific date. And I'm telling you, as soon as this specific date was in place, it got so much easier to not drink. And I know, it sounds super fucking wishy-washy. Oh my God, Devin, I'm not gonna set a date. What is this? I'm telling you, it works. It does. Now, another tip that has helped me to not drink is to actually change my language. And I know that this might sound crazy, but I truly do believe that we become what we say. No way. Okay, I have big cock. I have huge cock. Oh my, it's the biggest cock. Okay, maybe not like that, but our words do play a pretty huge role in shaping our identity. And oh my God, at the beginning of this break, when people would offer me something to drink, I would usually respond with something like, you know what, I'm actually really trying to quit for the next 6 months, so it's probably best, if I just don't, Like, the vibe I was giving off was that I was resisting alcohol. Like, I was worried that I was going to give in and fail my goal. And I think that this is a huge reason that a lot of people don't want to try and give up alcohol in the first place, is because they're worried that if they set out on this goal, they're going to kind of fall in and cave in to the peer pressure. But I think that a lot of this can actually come back to what I was talking about earlier, the language that we use. But now when someone offers me a drink, I usually say something like, "I'm good," or "I don't drink." And I know that might sound like a small change, but it makes me feel like a different person. You see, I'm no longer someone who's trying to resist drinking. I'm someone who just doesn't drink. I'm no longer facing temptations whether or not I should drink. I'm just the person who doesn't drink. I know it sounds like a small change, but the language that we use around our habits has a huge impact on them. So, give it a shot. And another tip that helped me get over my fear of not drinking was to realize that I'm not important. See, when I quit drinking, I was terrified that everyone was just gonna think that I was this humongous loser. But I found out that they already kind of thought that I was a loser. But to be honest with you, I don't really know why they thought that. Seriously though, I feel like I've spent a considerable amount of time trying to figure out the reasons that they might think that I'm a loser, but I don't know, it just beats me. I don't know, it's kind of a mystery to me. Maybe one of these days I'll figure it out. It turns out that quitting drinking actually didn't impact how much of a loser people thought that I was. Because what I realized is that no one cares about me. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that in the most liberating way possible. No one cares if I quit drinking because everyone else is way too concerned and way too busy thinking about themselves. what you're gonna realize when you start telling people that you've quit drinking is that 99% of people are gonna react like this. Oh, cool, man, awesome. Like literally they could care less. It's the 1%, those are the people that are gonna judge you, they're gonna say something mean, say something behind your back, whatever it is. Those people, after they say it, literally 5 seconds later, they're gonna forget that you exist. So who cares? Also, as an added benefit, when people are douchebags like that, when people judge you, I actually think it's a good thing. Because if those kind of people don't understand why you're taking a break from drinking, they don't like the fact that you're not drinking, but you're enjoying it yourself, like that's a perfect way to weed out the kind of people that you're probably not going to like anyways. So when people judge you because you're not drinking and you're enjoying it, it's a good thing. Fuck them, you wouldn't like them anyways. And if you guys enjoy my videos, then you're definitely gonna wanna check out my new newsletter. It's called The Stray Thought. You see, I love making YouTube videos, but sometimes my favorite ideas just can't quite get turned into videos. And as a result, I never share them. This really sucks, and that's why I wanted to start writing for you guys. The description has the newsletter link, and it's gonna be free, and you should check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. See you there. And this next lesson was actually really, really hard for me to learn. You see, I've wanted to quit drinking for a few years now, but every time I wanted to, I couldn't. Because, well, next week we have that concert, and then the week after that, it's Nick's birthday, right? And then we have that party coming up, and Halloween's not too far around the corner. Then we have that golf tournament, and well, it's the winter solstice after that, and the boys love to get fucked up for the winter solstice, so yeah, we can't really quit anytime soon. Basically, I couldn't quit because anytime I wanted to quit, well, there was an event around the corner, and if I wasn't drinking at those events, I'd be missing out on a lot of the fun. And that's kind of the problem, isn't it? Like, if you live a regular life, there is always going to be an excuse for you to drink, no matter what. And I used to find myself saying shit like, oh, I have to drink tonight. I have to drink tonight. No, I don't. That's kind of the beautiful thing about life. You don't have to do anything. Like, I get that you may want to drink, but you don't have to. And if you're waiting for some perfect block of time where you have no events that you can finally quit drinking, not only do I think that you're never gonna quit, but I also think that you're missing the point. And that brings us to our next point, which is the fact that I thought that I would hate going to bars or to parties because I couldn't drink. But after going to quite a few of these events, completely sober, I realized that my level of enjoyment didn't actually change that much. And it was because I didn't really like going out most of the time anyways, whether I was drunk or sober. I only realized this though when I was actually at these places sober. Like, I'd go as far to say that 90% of the enjoyment of a night out has nothing to do with alcohol. Like, where you're going, what you're doing, and who you're going with are the most important factors. And realizing this has allowed me to understand that I actually have two types of drinking that I participate in. You see, when I'm with my close friends, I genuinely enjoy their company. And I am drinking because I want to enhance the experience. But sometimes when I'm with people I don't know that well, or I'm at a place I don't really want to be at, I find that I'm not drinking to enhance the experience. Instead, I am drinking because I am uncomfortable. And what I've noticed is that about 80% of my drinking is because I'm uncomfortable, and only about 20% of it is because I'm trying to enhance the experience. And now that I've been at these events sober, I realize that drinking actually doesn't even make these events that much less uncomfortable. Like, I'm still uncomfortable. I'm kind of just uncomfortable all the time, to be honest with you. But it's really made me think, like, what's the point of drinking at these events? Like, I'm just drinking for no real reason. Okay. Now look, I know the big question after all of this is probably, Devin, are you quitting alcohol for good? And listen, I know 100 days isn't an insane amount of time, but I can say that I have genuinely changed my relationship with alcohol forever during this break. You see, before this, I would probably drink anywhere from like a couple times a month to a couple times per week. You know, I didn't really have a problem with it. I didn't care, so I didn't keep track. But after this break, or after these 100 days, I should say, I don't want to go back to that. Like, I realized that that was just too much drinking for me. And people will often ask me like, oh, after this break, like, are you getting f***ed up? Like, you can have a huge night out? And it's be honest with you, like, I think they're kind of missing the point. Like, I didn't take this break so that I could lower my tolerance and build up a bunch of anticipation and then go out and get fucked up, you know? Like, that wasn't the point of this. The point of this whole thing was to reevaluate my relationship with alcohol. And I can say that I honestly have done that. So I'm gonna complete my 6 months of no drinking, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of tempted to do a full year. But after that, I don't know. Like, I don't plan on quitting drinking forever. That's not my intention. But I am going to completely change how and when I drink. Like, before this, like I said, I would drink kind of whenever. But I think I'm probably moving forward only gonna drink maybe a couple of times per year. Like, if there's a wedding, or if like there's a big vacation, or if there's a really special occasion, like, I'm gonna drink then. But I think the days of me casually drinking, like just on a random night, having like 6, 7, 8 beers, like, I think those days are behind me, if I'm being honest. And look, I don't think everyone should quit alcohol. Like, I hope this video didn't come off as like a preachy, you need to quit alcohol, it's got demons inside the bottle, man. Like, I don't think that. I don't even think alcohol is inherently a bad thing. I've had so many fun nights, drunk, getting f***ed up, doing dumb shit. Like, some of the best times of my life were not because of alcohol, but with alcohol there. And so I don't really encourage everyone to quit. Like, it's just kind of what I'm doing. But I do encourage everyone to take a break. And I think that everyone should take like a 3-month break from alcohol. And the reason I think 3 months is good is, like I said earlier, a single month sometimes is like just that perfect amount of time where you can kind of squeeze it in and it's never actually that inconvenient. 3 months, I think, is the amount of time where like you're gonna have to go to those parties. You're gonna have to say no to certain events. Like, it's going to be inconvenient, but I think that's a good thing, because I think that's also where a lot of growth happens. And so that's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you for watching, and we'll see you soon.